Hey guys, I have my first market of the year tomorrow, so I am preparing for that, and this is kind of a last minute market that I picked up. I originally wanted to do it, and then I thought that they were full, and then they messaged me a few days ago that they weren't full, and so then I had to make sure I got a ride there. And once I got that settled, then I was like, do you still have a spot? And they did. So I'm excited about it. I did do this market last year, and this is the Beer and Tines event. So it's not specifically a market. It's an event that is set up by all of the breweries in my town, and they all come together and they each have a booth, and the people pay for a ticket to come to the event, and then they get to taste all the beers from all the breweries for free. So last year when I did this, I want to say there was probably around like 10 vendors, and it was a really cold day, so I'm hoping that tomorrow won't be quite as cold as last year, but it is an outdoor event, and last year I did pretty good. How it was set up was most of the beer booths were on one side, and most of the vendors were on the other side, and most of the time the people were staying on the beer side because that was what they got for free, and people were mostly interested in that because that's what the event was about. And like a lot of people did come over to the vendor side, but just most of the time the majority of the people were on the other side. So this time they decided to do less vendors, and they want most of the vendors to have like some kind of activity or craft that people can do at your booth to kind of keep more people at your booth and draw more people in, which I don't have anything. I'm not sure if I'm going to, because I did sign up for it late, so I don't know. We'll see if I can find something to bring for an activity, but I might skip it. And then it looks like this year the setup is going to be where the breweries and the vendors are going to be kind of mixed up together as of where they're set up. So I think that will be a lot better than last year. And like I said, I did fairly good last year, so hopefully this one will be even better. I do have quite a few Valentine's plushies. I was going to take them up to the store that I have my plushies in, but I decided since I'm doing this event, I'm not going to take them up there. I'm going to take them to this event, and then probably tomorrow evening or the day after, I'll take them up to the store and see if maybe some of them will sell there. So I'll try to get some filming while we are at the market, but we will see. I am not sure how busy it's going to be, but I will definitely at least get a video of my booth before and after the event, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so it's actually been a few days since the market. I was just so tired afterwards that I didn't film, and then I've been so busy. So it's been a few days, but I'm going to tell you how it went and show you everything that I sold, and I'll show you my booth and everything. So I actually just went back and watched my video about this event from last year, and it was kind of interesting to see what I sold last year and what I said about it. So I will have that linked in the description if you want to watch that one. But it was definitely very cold this year, just like last year. I was hoping that it would feel warmer, but it was definitely super, super cold. Thankfully, I got on the side with less wind, so it wasn't as windy. On the other side where it was really windy, it was like way, way cold. And I think it said the temperature was like 35 or something, but honestly, it felt way colder than that. But my friend came and sat with me at this event, so I had her there with me, so it was really fun. And honestly, I didn't get a bunch of vlogging while we were there, mostly because I was just so cold. I did not want to take my gloves off to film, but also I was kind of busy talking to my friend and hanging out with her. And then I got my booth next to my other friend, and her business is Cheeky Bunny, and so I'll link her Instagram below. She is one of my friends from high school, and so we are trying to do some more markets together because it's always fun to do markets next to your friends and have somebody to talk to while it's slow, and just somebody to hang out with. So at this event I had 2 friends to hang out with, which was amazing, and I did actually sell more this year than I did last year. So there was only 3 vendors this time, and so I actually got some Valentine's tattoos to have as my craft type of thing to draw people in, but it was just so cold. Like, no one was showing any skin. Like, if they did tattoos, it would probably be on their face because everyone had like jackets and gloves on and stuff, so I ended up just not even handing them out. But anyways, I'll go ahead and show you the video of my booth before, and I got some new signs. So I got 2 new signs with my logo on them, and one of them I forgot I need to buy some kind of rope or bungee cords to hang it up onto my tent. So that one I did not use this time, but I got one that goes over my tablecloth, and so this is my first time using that one. So I will show you guys that. Here is my booth before the market. I had a pretty good stock on most of my smaller items. I had some bunnies and carrots. And then my Aura the bunny. And here is my new banner. And then I had most of the Valentine's stuff on this side. So here's a closer view of my Valentine's items. So I had quite a few Valentine's items for this market. Most of them I had saved from last year. I did make some new ones, but I saved most of them from last year, and then I decided to keep them for this event since it is a Valentine's event rather than put them in the shop, which now I kind of wish I would have put like half of them in the shop, because after this event and then by the time that I took them to the shop, they were only there like 5 days before Valentine's Day, and I think I only sold like one of them. So next year I'll probably try to keep more of the holiday ones like in the store and just keep like half of them for a market probably. I will go ahead and get into what sold. So this event was only 3 hours long, which was really nice because if it was like an 8-hour event in the cold like that, I don't think I would have been able to handle it. But since it was only 3 hours, it was not that bad. So the first thing that I sold was one of my mini cats, and it was a gray one. And then I think it was a solid gray one. And then that same person also got one of my pins, and it was the frog pin. So those sold for $17 total. The pin is $2 and the cat is $15. Next, I sold my pink bunny, and this is the Aura the bunny pattern. And honestly, I wish I would have priced it higher. And I think with the next ones that I'm making, I'm probably going to price them higher, but I priced it at $38. And I mean, it sold like instantly. So I think that going up in price will probably be okay. But it does take like a couple hours for me to make. I think like it takes around 2 hours for me to make. So I think I'm probably going to charge like 40 or 45 for the next ones. But anyways, so the next thing that I sold was one of my large cats, and this was a variegated gray one, and that one sold for $40. And then at this point we are at the 1 hour mark, and I made $95 within the first hour, which I think was really good. One thing that I didn't mention is that I think the turnout of how many people came to this event was actually less this year than there was last year. It seemed like there was more last year than this year, but I still ended up making more money this year than I did last year. So in the second hour, the first thing that I sold was a popping mushroom, and this was like the dark purple one. And that same person also bought a beer mug. And then they also got a purple axolotl and an axolotl sticker and 2 of my pins. I know one of the pins was an axolotl, and I don't remember what the other one was. So in total it was $80, which was amazing. I love when customers buy a lot like that. It was just so awesome. Next I sold an Octo, and this was a blue variegated one. And then that same person also got a classic bee, and those sold together for $27. The bee is $15 and the Octo is $12. And then I had a repeat customer from earlier. One of the customers that had already bought stuff from me came back, and he bought the peas in a pod, which I absolutely love. I am making more of these because I just think they are adorable, and I thought it was so cute for Valentine's Day as well. So those sold for $25. And then after that, he also bought another item. So he also got my large squid, which sold for $60, which I was kind of sad to see this one go because I really love it, but I am starting on another one. Since that one sold, I want to have another one to put up on the top shelf, so I'm working on another one now. And then I sold another one of my beer mugs, and that same person also got a mini carrot. So the beer mug is 25, and then the carrot was, I think, 7 or 8. And then at this point, the second hour is done, so there's just 1 hour left. And in the last hour, I didn't sell a ton. I think it was kind of slowing down. Some of the people had already finished getting all of the beer and were leaving because it was so cold. So the next thing that I sold was one of my Leggy Chickies, and this was the white one. So I need to make another white one because this was my last one. So that sold for $30. And then the last thing that I sold was a mini chick, and that sold for $12, which I'm probably going to make some more of those for spring, just because I know chicks are like spring and Eastery kind of thing, so I'm probably going to make some more of those. So the total that I made for this market was $362, which was great for only 3 hours. That's great. And there was no booth fee for me to be here, which was amazing. So that's pretty much all profit. You know, of course, I should take out the amount of yarn and the amount of yarn that I used and the stuffing and my time, but I'm just going to count it as profit because it's not, because I didn't have a booth fee. So this was my first market of the year, which is a little late. I didn't have any in January, and I believe this is going to be my only one for February. So I am trying to find some more markets to fill my schedule. Sadly, the market that I do almost every month is not happening this year, and I'm really disappointed by that because it was one that I knew I would have a lot of customers there, and I knew it would be a steady stream of income pretty much every month. I think they didn't do it like in the 2 hottest months of the summer, but other than that, it was like almost every month, and I knew about how much money I would make every time at this event. And so with that event not happening, I now have to find a lot of events to fill my schedule, pretty much like one event a month. So I'm searching for events and applying to events, and it's kind of difficult, but hopefully I will be able to find some good ones. I sadly was just rejected for one, and I felt really disappointed. I know that it was a tough one to get into. They don't have very many vendor spots, so it kind of makes sense that you know, I wouldn't get into it, but I feel kind of sad about it. And this is only like my second time ever being rejected for a market, and so I don't know, I just felt kind of down by that, but hopefully I will find some other ones and be able to fill up my schedule. If not, I might have to kind of change my structure of my business into whether that means like selling stuff online and shipping it, or changing what I'm focusing on, like maybe focusing on writing patterns and selling patterns more, or I'm not really sure. So we'll see. I am definitely, you know, continuing to crochet stuff and make more stuff and continuing to work on my business. I have been writing some new patterns as well. So anyways, the business is still going. It just might be headed in a slightly different direction in the future, but I'm not really sure yet. So but anyways, that is pretty much it for this video. Oh, I forgot to put in the video of after the market, so I will put that in and see if you can kind of tell some things are missing. I ended up not restocking at all during this market. Like, I had some more items underneath the table, but I didn't restock just because I was so cold. I just didn't want to deal with it. So you might be able to tell a few items are missing. Here is my booth after the market. You can see a few things are missing, like the mini chick and the bee, and my large squid is missing up at the top. And then the peas in a pod are missing, and some beer mugs. Well, that is pretty much it. Thank you for watching. If you watched this far, please leave a comment in the description of a heart so that I know who watched this far. I just want to see who all is watching my entire video because I really do appreciate you. And I do have quite a few new videos coming out soon, so make sure you are subscribed. Thanks for watching.